The name Kaiser Permanente has a certain weight to it. It sounds substantial, almost regal. The word Kaiser itself is German for emperor. It might make you think of power of empires, of something grand and imposing. Many people hear the name and assume it has roots in European royalty or some vast historical dynasty. But the truth is often much simpler, much more local, and in many ways, much more interesting. The real origin story doesn't begin in a distant palace. It begins on the west coast of the United States. It starts with a builder, his family, and a small, unassuming creek that flowed all year long. This is the story of how that name came to be. It is a journey back in time, to an era of great American industry and innovation. It is about understanding that powerful names don't always come from powerful places. Henry J. Kaiser was a titan of American industry. He was not born into wealth. He was a self-made man, an innovator, a builder on an epic scale. During the first half of the 20th century, his name was synonymous with massive construction projects. He was a key figure in building the Hoover Dam, the Grand Coulee Dam, countless miles of highways. When World War II began, he turned his industrial might to shipbuilding, creating a fleet of Liberty ships at a pace that stunned the world. He was a problem solver who saw challenges as opportunities. He was a force of nature in the American business landscape. One of his many ventures was a cement plant located near Cupertino, California. The plant was situated on Black Mountain, and it was a critical source of material for his vast construction empire. Running near this industrial site was a small, yet significant body of water. It was a stream that wound its way through the landscape. The stream was called Permanente Creek. For most, it was just a local landmark. For Henry J. Kaiser and his family, it would become something much more. It would become the inspiration for a name and an ideal. The creek itself had a history. Long before Kaiser's cement plant, Spanish settlers had mapped the area. They were the ones who first gave the stream its name. They called it Arroyo Permanente or Rio Permanente. In Spanish, the word permanente means permanent, lasting, enduring. They gave it this name for a simple and practical reason. The creek flowed continuously. It did not dry up during the hot, arid California summers like so many other local streams. This quality made it stand out. It symbolized stability and constancy in a landscape often defined by seasonal change. The person who truly championed the name was Henry's wife, Bess Kaiser. She was captivated by the word permanente and the idea it represented. For Bess, it was not just about a creek that kept flowing. It was about a philosophy of life and work. She saw in the word a promise of lasting quality, of steadfastness, and of unwavering commitment. She encouraged Henry to adopt this word, to make it a part of their legacy. The story of the name is incomplete without the story of the doctor. His name was Sidney R. Garfield. He was a young, innovative physician with a bold idea. In the early 1930s, Dr. Garfield was contracted to provide medical care. He served thousands of workers building an aqueduct in the remote Mojave Desert. His initial challenge was financial. Workers often couldn't pay for services. The fee-for-service model was failing. He was on the verge of bankruptcy. An insurance executive suggested a radical new approach: prepayment. The idea was simple. The insurer would pay Dr. Garfield a fixed amount per worker in advance. The model was revolutionary. Each worker contributed a small sum, just 5 cents a day, from their wages. In return, they got comprehensive care for work-related injuries. Dr. Garfield soon expanded coverage to all medical needs, not just on-the-job accidents, for an additional 5 cents per day. The system changed everything. It stabilized his finances so he could focus on care. More importantly, it shifted focus from treating sickness to maintaining health. With a fixed payment, it was in his interest to keep workers healthy. Henry J. Kaiser heard about the model. He faced the same problem at the Grand Coulee Dam construction site. His workers needed medical care in a remote location. Kaiser admired Garfield's efficiency and the preventive philosophy of the prepaid plan. In 1938, Kaiser invited Garfield to set up a similar program for thousands at the dam. The end of World War II in 1945 brought a new challenge. The shipyards began to close down. The massive workforce that had been the core of the health plan started to disperse. Suddenly, the hospitals and clinics faced an uncertain future. Dr. Garfield and Henry J. Kaiser had a decision to make. They could dismantle the entire system they had built, or they could adapt it to a new reality. They decided to open their health plan to the public. On October 1st, 1945, the Permanente health plan officially opened its doors to the general public. For the first time, anyone, not just Kaiser's employees, could join. The move met significant opposition from the medical establishment rooted in fee-for-service. But it was popular with families seeking affordable, predictable medical costs. The plan continued to grow as more people signed up for comprehensive care for a fixed monthly fee. Permanent Health Plan. Permanent Hospitals. Permanent Medical Group. The word permanent linked them together, suggesting enduring quality. The first hospital to bear the Permanente name was not a grand, newly constructed facility. It was an old building in Oakland, California that had a long history. It was originally the Fabiola Hospital, founded in 1887. By 1942, Henry J. Kaiser's organization acquired it to serve shipyard workers, and it was showing its age. The building was old and somewhat worn. Not a state-of-the-art medical center by any means, but it was a start. A physical place where integrated prepaid healthcare could take root. The team did not just accept the building as it was. They immediately began improving it. Renovation became symbolic of their philosophy. They took something that existed and made it better. They renovated the old hospital, updating its facilities, modernizing its equipment. The focus was on function and patient care, not fancy architecture. The goal was a clean, safe, efficient environment where the Permanente Medical Group could effectively care for patients. In 1951, the organization began to publicly use the name Kaiser Permanente. The name fused the founder's powerful name with the ideal of permanence. Legal name changes followed, and in 1953, the names were officially changed. The final step cemented a single, recognizable identity across hospitals, plan, and medical groups. The transformation was complete. The name Kaiser Permanente is not about a king. It is about a promise of something steady and reliable, like a stream that never runs dry. It's a story worth telling, and it starts with a man named Henry J. Kaiser. Thank you for visiting my channel. Please like this video and subscribe so I can continue creating content like this. It really helps me. Thank you again. So the next time you hear the name Kaiser Permanente, you can look past the regal sound. You can think of its true origins. Think of a builder, Henry J. Kaiser. He constructed some of America's greatest works. He wanted to provide for his workers. Think of his wife, Bess. She loved the simple, powerful idea of permanence. Think of a small stream, Permanente Creek. It flowed all year long near a cement quarry in California. It provided a perfect symbol for something you could always count on. And think of a brilliant doctor, Sidney Garfield. He created a new way to pay for and deliver healthcare. He focused on keeping people well. The name is a history lesson in itself. The two words together tell the whole story. They represent the partnership between industry and medicine, between a grand vision and a core value. A simple observation, a creek that never runs dry, can inspire a promise of care just as constant. Thank you for taking the time to read this story with me today. If you found this history interesting, please consider sharing it. Your support helps us continue to uncover and share these untold stories. Thank you again.